What the hell, John?
It's catchy.
We're supposed to have a fade there, damn
I was
it.
vibing, man.
What a way to start. No, I'm just kidding. This is John's third podcast now.
His third. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's filling in for Jesse.
My first John.
First John?
He's got me beat.
Dang,
Yeah.
So what's going on, guys?
Not much, man. Just fucking
Gals,
drove 3
gals,
hours.
I should say gals. What do we got? We got Kayla and your name was again?
Alayna.
Alayna.
From Stage Drive, boy.
Ooh, from what?
Stage Drive.
Stage Drive. I thought you said Stady Drive. But
No.
didn't you
that's
tell
the
me
new
a
one.
different band?
I don't think so, considering that is the only band.
I was. Well, were you confused by my message back then?
You sound confused. I was not confused.
I was confused. I'm like, oh, I haven't heard of. I swear you said a different band name.
I
I'm gonna
did
look
not.
It up after
Yeah.
Because I seen pictures and stuff. I'm like, I don't know, man. I
Yeah.
don't know. So Stage Drive.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
man.
You driving?
Yeah, we drove 3 hours to
3
be
hours.
here.
Driving
2.5,
down the
you
stage.
know? 2.5.
Yeah, it took like 3 pee breaks.
3
Yeah.
pee breaks.
No,
Oh, man,
She's
that's
a
like my
bladder of a
wife.
swirl, dude. It's
Every
like
single time. Every single
Dude,
time.
that is like my wife too. Every time we're driving, it's like I gotta stop to pee. I'm like, oh.
yeah, man.
like once every hour.
At least. Okay, that's not that bad. It could be worse, you know?
Yeah, it could be worse.
I used to deliver packages, so it was like I would like developed like that iron bladder. Like,
We
you
were
know, I
working on
can't
her
stop.
iron bladder.
Yeah, working on it.
Yeah. Half
It's
of our
hard.
friendship has been spent in the car driving. So
Yeah, literally.
Literally.
yeah.
So did you guys kind of meet up as like through the band?
We met
Is that
at
how you met?
CRB Radio. We did like a little interview type thing. Played
Yeah.
a couple songs, kind of like this,
Yeah,
a little
just
bit.
like this.
Right.
And yeah, like at the end of the interview, in my head, I was looking for new members for my band. And in my head, I was like, okay, I'm going to ask her to audition. Okay, cool. And then toward the end of the thing, she was like, yo, if you ever want to work together. And I was like, yeah.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, so it worked out. Like,
Yeah, it did.
It's kind of fall in your lap. So
Yep.
yeah, that's kind of how a lot of things happen.
dude, it was perfect. It lined up perfectly.
Like if you just let it, like, don't think too much about it. That's kind of how, like, I don't know. Some people think that you should like really think about it and like manifest like what you want. Like just think about it all the time. But sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I really want this, but I'm just gonna see how it goes. See what we can.
That's like her whole thing. We always joke about that in practice. Like every time we do something, she's just like, let's fucking do it. Just fucking do it. Just
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's fine.
I know.
So you're kind of the first one that wants to like play the new stuff live. You're like, let's just do it.
Yeah.
Really,
I mean,
yeah.
Like
She's always like,
everything,
"Let's
or
fucking
like
do it."
we'll be trying a new song and someone will be like, oh, let's go over some parts first. I'm like, yeah, let's just fucking do it.
Just
Let's see
play
what
it.
parts
See
need
what
work.
comes to you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of use it almost as like a, just as like an audition for the song. Just kind of see how it goes
Yeah.
over a little
Yeah.
bit. I think that's a little easier with your style of music too. You can
Mhm.
kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
come out with something like that and then kick the solo and be like, all right, we'll just cut it after this.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
No, yeah, it's worked out pretty well so far. You know.
It has, man. That's like my philosophy on life, though. Is fuck it, let's do
It's a good
it.
philosophy.
Fuck it,
to
let's
have,
do
dude.
it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Just hashtag fuck it, let's do it.
You remember, like 2 weeks into our friendship, she was like, "Hey, you want to go up north with me and a bunch of friends?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, let's do it." I've only known
Really
you for
had a lot
2
of trust in me. Yeah, like we went out of town. What was that for? 3 days, 2 days, 3 days, something like that.
3.
3 days. Yeah. She's like, yeah, I don't even barely know you, but yeah, let's
Where'd you
fucking
guys
do
go? Up
it.
north.
God, where the fuck was
Cadillac.
Cadillac. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Cadillac. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like 3.5 hours away.
Yeah, it is like, that's definitely up north for Detroit area.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Where at in Detroit are you guys?
Allen Park. So.
Okay, so
yeah.
you said Allen Park. You're Allen Park too?
Wyandotte.
Wyandotte.
Like so we're both
So
like.
Wyandotte.
Mhm.
Why
Wyandotte.
people say like Wyandotte like a lot?
There's an
over-
AN in it. I'm pretty sure it's YN.
Is it
Wyandotte.
Wyandotte?
Wyandotte.
I don't know.
Wyandotte. There's an AN in it.
I don't know.
I
You're
just say
from there, so I
Wyandotte. I
say
assume you got
Wyandotte.
it.
Wyandotte.
Wyandotte.
There's enough bars. You
Is
can just
it
call it
Wyandotte?
Wyandotte.
Yeah.
It's a bar city.
Did
Or
you know
town.
that Wyandotte used to be have the world record for the most bars in churches per capita?
Did they?
Bars
Yeah.
and churches.
Bars
That
and
seems-
churches.
And church. See,
They couldn't decide. They were
Bay
like.
City, Michigan's got to be rivaling that because that's where I kind of grew up. Like when I moved there when I was a freshman in high school and kind of
Mhm.
like, went through that whole stage there. I'm like, there's so many bars and churches there. Like that's what the town is basically known for. Like,
Yeah.
If you don't drink, you don't live there.
I've never went to a town and noticed the amount of churches there are, though.
Oh,
Like,
there's like one like every. It's got to be like that there too. You like drive a
Yeah.
couple blocks and then here's another one.
it's like a law, for every like 2 bars, we have to have one church.
Yeah, one church. Yeah. So everybody
We
can go
balance it out.
repent.
Yeah. fuck up on
last-
Saturday
the
and then
last
go
night.
pray on Sunday. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, I'll just fuck shit up on Saturday.
It's a good philosophy to have.
You
Yeah.
gotta get absolved of your sins somehow.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, were either of you ever baptized?
I was. Yeah.
No,
I was
I
also
wasn't.
confirmed.
You were
Yeah.
confirmed.
Yep, and here we are.
Here we are. Yeah.
Living life.
Do you, like, I don't care. We don't have to get into this, but do you like, you don't practice like religion, like?
I'm still I was Lutheran. I went to like private school from pre-K to 8th grade.
Okay.
So I was raised in Lutheran. Like I believe there's like something out there, you know.
Oh
But,
yeah.
Yeah,
as
no, I
far
don't
as
like go to
beliefs, but you don't
church
like
and
yeah,
no.
not actively. going
No,
to
we do
church.
like Easter Sunday dinner and shit like then Christmas and whatever.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
nothing
So
like-
for Christmas, so you're celebrating
Yeah.
Jesus' birth on that day.
I like Christmas cookies, you know. Secret Santa, you know.
Yeah.
You were never like nothing like.
I went to church when I was a kid.
Me too.
With
That's
my
where my
great grandma,
experience-
but
I
that
stopped around
wasn't-
8th grade. Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, like my parents weren't religious. You know, most of my family isn't very religious, except for a few members that really get on my nerves.
Right. Yeah.
But no, I was never baptized. Never really got into that. I was Wiccan for a while. That was cool.
But you're just like, no, it's not. It's
I don't
too
know. I
much,
just
or
don't
what?
like keeping up with stuff very much.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a lot to keep up with in Wiccan.
in every religion, like
Yeah.
I don't know. There's
It
so many
is.
rules.
It's well. I feel like the thing I hate about it is like they put you on this like you got to do this. Like if you don't come, like Jesus hates you. Like what? Like because I didn't go to church, he hates me now.
Right.
I thought he was supposed to forgive all my sins.
thought we
Like
were
I'm over here
cool.
sinning, bitch. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, like I don't like that. Like you feel like you're obligated.
Right. That's
To
what I
go
mean.
to
I kind
this
of like I
thing.
don't really practice it per se anymore. Like there's
Yeah.
probably something up there, you know.
Oh yeah, I got beliefs and everything.
Yeah.
What you believe in.
Right.
I believe it's more like kind of like an energy thing. I don't know if there's like
Yeah.
some guy
Yeah.
up there
I don't know.
who you like meet. I don't know. That seems like could be, but I don't know if it's like legit, like a tangible thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like because like I asked this question a couple podcasts ago. I'm like, what do you think happens when you die?
Yo, I don't know. I was watching this movie or this like documentary on Netflix about like an afterlife.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of sick though. You know, if you could die and then just come back and be like, I'm back.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
back,
it's something
bitches.
else. Yeah.
That 20
That'd be kinda
seconds was a
cool.
blast, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would like to think there's like a heaven, you know?
Yeah, like some eternal resting place.
Yeah, like something like that. But then again, I've done a lot of not great stuff. So like if there is a heaven and hell, I'm like,
I'm thinking
wait.
like maybe like that's what you're like not thinking because you're not alive, but like that's where you I guess that's what I could best describe it as. Like that's where you think you are.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's somewhere like that. It's not really there. Like you'll never find it.
Yeah.
You
I
know
don't know,
what I mean?
man.
Like it's crazy. It's crazy
It
to think
is.
about. Like
It is weird to think about.
because I was like, what's black? Because this guy, he was talking, and then he went into how he had like an eco death when he was doing shrooms.
Mhm.
And he's like, it was basically just all thoughts. And I'm like, but it was black. And he's like, it's just like black and thoughts. There was nothing like,
It's like now
if you
though,
could
I'm pretty
see
self-aware.
thoughts.
That's like it's like now, you know. That
Mhm.
oh, I don't want that for eternity. No, no thanks.
yeah, like crazy.
Yeah,
you know,
no.
like, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. I think everybody should just microdose on
Yeah.
shrooms and then just get, especially like the people in like office and stuff like that. Just here you go, calm down a little
I've
bit.
had a lot of musicians tell me that it really like hyped. I don't know, like made their senses like you know.
I've
it made their
I've
music
never
a
done
lot
shrooms,
better.
by the way, for the record. I've
I
never
haven't
done them.
either.
I have.
Have you?
haven't,
Yeah, I
yeah.
really. That's one of those things I really want to do.
I've heard it's a good
For sure.
experience. I don't
Yes.
know, Phil. Probably not. I'm probably good on that. But you know, I've heard it's a good experience.
No,
Like, you know.
man, yeah, it's one of it's like natural too, almost. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gotta be. It's pretty much
Mhm.
natural, right?
Yeah.
Plant.
A plant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fungi.
Those are the best ones to stick with. You're gonna try. Have you done it more than once?
No, just once.
Just once. What was it like? Do you remember?
Um,
I mean,
So I was staying at this cabin in the woods with a bunch of friends. I think it was
Cabin
like
in the
It
Woods.
sounds like
you
a
guys remember
movie.
that scary movie?
Yeah, dude.
That was a
It was-
trippy ass movie.
Yeah, it was like last year. It was like an Airbnb or whatever, but like we were the only people for like 2 miles.
Yo, I don't
Wow.
know.
Were you all doing it for the first time?
No, not everybody for the first
Okay,
time.
good. Yeah.
There might have been like 1 or 2 people where it was the first time. Or it might have just been me for the first time. But we were all musicians too. It was all musicians.
Mhm.
And we all sort of like had our own experiences. Like it wasn't necessarily a super like group experience.
Right.
Like we just went off and did our own things, like walked in the woods or like just played or whatever. I remember I was like really paranoid, but in a weird way, you know, it was starting to get dark and we're just surrounded by wilderness. And I remember taking out my guitar and like sitting out on like the porch area and just like singing.
Just singing your heart out?
Yeah, because I felt like I was writing all this stuff in my journal. I still have all the stuff. I kept like drawing symbols for like Mars and Mercury and like feeling like there was some like intense male energy out in the woods or whatever.
Oh, really?
Time to go.
Yeah.
I'm
like,
good.
and I kept picturing like this goat man, like this
Oh.
goat man out.
You
in the
were
woods.
drawing what you thought was out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I
It's
was
like a
writing
ring
it,
moment.
and like I just felt like there was something out there, and it kept getting closer. And the only way to make it like stay out in the woods was just to keep singing to appease.
Yo, I don't know about
But it
this.
wasn't a negative experience. Like it was
wasn't
nice.
negative. Like,
This
you
could
were
be a
all right
movie
with
though.
it.
Like,
That
I
sounds
wasn't
better
s-
than Cabin in the Woods.
Like I
honestly.
wasn't scared or
Okay.
anything. I
Just
just
they're
felt
singing
As
like
a
on the
goat
porch.
man.
there was something I had to be doing at that moment, and that was singing. And like it's totally understandable. Like there was this guy that was there who was a drummer, and like when we first did it, he like split off from the rest of the group and was just like on the porch
Immediately.
just drumming. Like that's all he
yeah.
could
Hand
do.
drums.
Like just eyes closed, just just like drumming. You know,
Yeah.
like just whatever it calls you to do. There was one girl, she had like a little studio set up in the in like one of the closets or whatever, and she just
this
felt like she
Airbnb?
needed- yeah.
Like she went like just here's my mobile studio.
The
set
whole
up.
living room was like drums and amps.
How long
and
did you say you
stuff.
guys had it for?
Well, maybe like 4 or 5 days.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. That's justifiable. Yeah, we're gonna set up shop here for. Okay. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, and like everybody just kind of did their own things, and there was like some personality clashes or whatever. Not necessarily with
Right.
me, just with other people. And there's definitely some like intense, like emotional conversations and stuff
Oh,
like
for
that.
sure, that
'cause,
takes
you know, as a
place.
friend group or whatever.
That's the one good thing I think about when we went up north. What was it, like 2-3 weeks ago, whatever. Everyone has the relatively the same energy and the same personality. So like I don't know. There was a
Yeah.
couple times where we got socialed out though. You know, have
Oh,
you ever
yeah.
got like maxed out socially? Like where your social media is just like no.
Yeah. You're really into it, all the whole group, and then there just comes a point where you're just like,
Yeah, like you just need a
Yeah.
either you need a minute or you're like kind of done for the night.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a couple times I think we had that in common. There was a couple times where we're just like,
Oh, like on that trip when you guys.
Yeah.
A couple weeks after you guys
Yeah.
met.
yeah.
So did you not know everybody that was going up there? Either?
I knew everybody that was going. She
I knew nobody.
You knew
I knew
nobody.
absolutely nobody.
You're
She
like,
barely
great.
knew me.
Right.
Yo, I give it
Right.
to you that she came. I mean, I didn't think she would. If someone would have asked me 2 weeks after meeting me, hey, do you want to come up north with me and a bunch of people you don't know? I'd be like, I'm gonna pass. Thank you. She was like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. Let's do it. Let's go.
I messaged you and I was like, hey, you want to drive across state and come talk to me?
That's what I was telling her. And I was like,
You're like, sure.
when you messaged me originally, though, I was going through something, so I was like, fuck it, whatever, sure, let's go. You know,
Yeah.
because you said you had John on here too,
Yeah,
and I'm
that-
cool with John, so I was like,
Right.
whatever.
That's
let's
why I
do it.
threw that out there. I was like, well, I know she knows John. I had
Yeah.
John. John can vouch, because it's different. I mean, you think about it. I'm a guy.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to
No, I
message
thought
a
about it.
female, to drive here to
Yeah.
come talk to me.
Right.
That's why when you said I'm going to bring my bandmate, I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, that'll make you
Yeah.
probably feel much more comfortable. Come here with a friend of yours.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
Like that's totally understandable. And but yeah, as a guy, but I want to talk to everybody. I don't
Right.
want to talk to I don't want to just have dudes come on here.
No, yeah. No, I got
you.
Like if I like your music, I like the way you sing, and I want to have you on,
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, you run into that territory where it's like, I'm gonna message her or whatever, but it's almost like it brings you back to high school. It's like, oh gosh, should I message her? What's she gonna think? She gonna think I'm some creep. Oh
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
but I'm just.
Do you want to
I
come on my
you-
show? Check yes or no.
Yeah, yeah. No shit.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah, it is tough sometimes, but
Mhm.
I mean, shit, got a message to ask, just like playing a show or whatever. When you guys are submitting for something.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Fuck
the
it,
same
just
with
go
like
for it.
promoters and
fuck
shit.
it.
Yeah,
That's gonna be the motto for this.
it's a
spot.
very good
Fuck
motto
it,
to
just
have.
go for it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, like you have to. Like even if you think it's like not attainable, something you like, I doubt we would ever like Warp Tour or something, some big festival. But you just fuck it. Yeah, let's just submit.
So worst that can happen. They say no.
The worst,
You
yeah, there isn't, and there isn't like worst. Like you get your name out there.
Mhm.
That's what I would say. A lot of times we'll just submit. Like who cares? Maybe you only got a half-hour set and they're asking for 45. Just fucking put your name in there and learn a couple covers and do some crowd work.
Yeah.
You can make a 30-minute set, get close to 40.
The crowd work is what does it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta, you know.
But especially with your guys' kind of music too, because like I'm come from a metal background. I played in a lot of metal bands, played with a lot of metal bands.
Yeah.
And it's harder to do that kind of stuff like mid song, like like the crowd's feeling it right now. Let's do a couple more measures of this, or
Right.
or let me extend this solo here, or something like that. It was harder for us because everything was like. Like yeah,
Right.
it'd be right. It's like I went and jammed with a rock band after I was in metal and stuff. I was like, this is why I like rock. It's just you're just feeling it. You're more relaxed.
Well, our band is a rock band. We do our solo stuff, of course, but Stage Dive is a rock band.
Right.
So it's yeah,
Rock is it's still
it's great. I love the
is.
solo stuff. Don't get me wrong, but my heart's with the band.
right.
I love doing the band stuff so much more.
Well, yeah, and you have other people to enjoy it with.
You do, yeah.
With you
Like
while
everyone's
you're
vibing on stage, yeah.
I can't imagine being a solo act. What is that really like?
I like it. It's cool. We just had a show not too long ago. God, when was that? Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, at this bar called Parts and Labor.
Oh, yeah,
downriver.
yeah.
Yeah. And it was a lot of
Is
fun.
that
It
the
was
one
a
where
really
you were
good show.
standing on?
Yeah, dude, that was so much fun. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
It
that's
was cool. It was a lot of fun. Like the solo shows are always a lot of fun, but it's just like the band. Oh, it's such a different feel. Like when you're on stage with the band, It's
Yeah,
such a
we should
different
bring
feel.
that up, John. You should go to her. Just go to Facebook and find her, and you'll just scroll through. You'll find it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or is it on your stage drive?
All the band stuff. Yeah. Well, you'll find it. I just shared something today about it, like an ad for it.
Just go to my Facebook, look up Kayla Drange, and then you'll find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then bring it up when you can. Yeah, that stuff just gets the crowd more into it and everything.
Yeah.
It's like being able to have that freedom.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
But compared to being solo when you're on stage, like what's that like when you just get up on stage like by
It
yourself?
one thing I do like about when you're doing a solo show is if you mess up, it's just you up there. You can fix it. Like it's no problem. Like whatever, you can just go back, repeat the verse, do a solo, like whatever. If you're up there with a band, you have to you're like, okay, fuck, where are we? Like you have to look at 3 other people, and then like I don't know, somehow say, hey, dude, I fucked up. Like go back and repeat that part or something without being obvious, But when you're solo, you can just in your head just say, okay, fix this part,
I don't know. I
Right.
feel the opposite. Like,
Really?
I feel more vulnerable when I play solo. Like there's
No,
no
yeah.
one
It
to
is
cover
more
me if I
vulnerable.
mess up.
That's
you know?
true.
Yeah.
It is a little
Nothing.
more like the spotlight is 100% on you. So yeah.
It's like standing up there naked and you're doing your own music without anybody else having contributed to it or whatever. So it's authentically you up there.
Yeah.
Right. Have you ever done something solo like that, or have you never played? Yeah.
For,
No.
like,
yet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we're both solo artists too.
For-
Okay, you're
about
both
10
solo.
years,
So you play
yeah.
guitar or just primarily you play bass and stage drive, right?
Yep.
Okay, but you play guitar too, right? And you have your own solo, which is called
Alayna Ill.
Alayna Ill. All right, good. Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout it out.
my
But
boy.
yeah, I would imagine, I would imagine just being on stage by yourself, just nobody to cover my ass.
It's terrifying sometimes, man. Yeah.
If you screw up on guitar or something while you're playing, as long as she's holding down the bass and the groove's going,
Yeah.
you can just
Yeah.
jump right back in. It's
Well, even
no
what you
big
just
deal.
mentioned when I was at Parts and Labor, when I got on that table or whatever, it was really cool, but I fucked up that solo so bad.
You did.
It was
I know you
bad.
did.
Oh my
I
god,
know
it
you
was so
did.
like
I
it
heard
could have
it.
been
I heard
worse.
it.
Yeah,
I
it could have
heard
been
it.
worse. Like it was bad though. But it's because I was like,
I'm sorry. I should have said no. You didn't.
No, I like when people are honest. Like I did though, dude. Dude, in my head, I was just like, fuck,
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Oh no, John, fuck it, don't play it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo,
no,
we just
we'll play
released
it.
this for our new single.
Oh, what is this? Is this a music video?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
it's a little ad for it.
Okay, yeah. Play
Yeah,
it.
it's called
Play
Thank
that,
You for
John.
Loving Me. It's our new single. It just came out.
We're talking about how you screwed up the solo. And I told him to find the video. Scott, screw it. Y'all can find it
Dude,
yourself.
yeah. It was worth it though. I would redo it. It was worth it.
And then you
What's
did a
going
solo
on, John?
my stuff too.
Yeah, that was actually really cool. So
Oh, there we
Alayna did
go.
her solo set, and then I jumped in and did a little guitar feature on her song, which is kind of cool.
So this is it right here.
This is
Oh,
like
yeah,
a little ad for our song that just came out. Thank you for loving me.
Lower that volume, John.
Yeah, so that was just a little
Nice.
ad for it.
Yeah, you could tell I was already watching it because it was like 20 some seconds in.
Got Eminem up there.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
Oh man,
It's a bop.
don't let it play, John. We'll blow our ears off again. Holy shit.
Oh, he's letting it play anyway. Fucking John, man.
Fucking John, dude.
What the hell, dude?
God dang, number 3 here is just not treating you right, huh?
Damn.
Fucking John.
Yeah, that song just came out,
Hashtag
though.
fucking John, damn
Fucking
it.
John, dude.
Jon John too. He doesn't believe in the H. And John.
Gosh.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. There's something about those Jons. Those
know.
Joan Jets. Fan of her.
Love John, dude. My
What,
fucking idol, bro.
what about oh shit, I just had her name.
Pat
the one
Benatar.
No, the one that sings like shit. My mom used to always try to sing.
One that sings like shit, bro. They're all great. Oh my
Bobby
God.
McGee.
Bobby
Janis
McGee.
Joplin?
Oh.
How can you say that she sings like shit?
Hot take. I think so. It's probably just because my mom scarred my memory. Because
That could be.
But I just never thought she was like the greatest singer. Like she's raw. Like you gotta admit, like she's raw. Okay, like there's. I
The
would
stage
say,
energy though is like makes
Right.
80% of it, you know.
But I was like, why are you trying to emulate her
Right.
as a kid? And like, because you weren't very good yourself, so you're trying to emulate this lady who I didn't think was very good.
Shout out to Kyle's mom. Okay.
My mom, yeah, she was. She knows. Trust me. We would be trying to like play, and we're like, Mom, stop. Just one more song. Here comes Bobby McGee on again. We're like, no, we've already heard this how many times.
Oh man.
So you're a fan then?
I mean,
Big fan.
not a big fan.
Kind of like a
but
diehard. Yeah. Should
I
be a diehard
appreciate her.
JoJo fan.
I think
I
I
mean,
saw
yeah, I
a documentary
appreciate
about her that was pretty cool. I don't remember like anything else about it except that it was pretty cool.
First documentary, dude, it was pretty cool. That was pretty cool, Mom. Yeah, I don't know. Just not very good. That's all I have to say about that. So what kind of shows we got coming up here for Stage Drive?
So we have one that we cannot announce yet, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Man, when can
But
you
it's gonna
announce
be
it?
great. Within what's his today? Within the next week.
Oh, well, this won't be out for another. This won't be out.
I'm gonna say 2 weeks to be fair, because I'm
Okay.
not entirely sure. It should be within the next week, but I'm gonna say 2 weeks to be safe. It'll be in October though, and it'll be like our first show back. So Stage Drive has been a band for about a year, and we rebranded a little bit within the last like 2 months and gained this fucking talent.
Oh,
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then our new drummer Brian, and then our new guitarist Tim. Some good shit. But yeah, so
Yeah.
our first show back will be in October, which I'm fucking pumped for. Yeah. And then I got so we got some solo shows coming up too.
So
I don't.
Not any.
No.
no, just has it been just your lack of motivation to get out and book because of COVID and everything still?
No, I've
COVID's
been
ruined my
asked a
life.
few times, but I've played like 4 shows in the past 2 weeks, and I'm a little burnt out, so I'm gonna take a little break. I'm starting school again. So.
Okay.
Well, your last show was an hour and a half set, right?
Yeah,
So-
that was actually an hour. We cut it back.
An hour. That's so
And
long.
like outside
Mhm.
in like
Especially for solo
90
stuff.
plus
Right.
degree heat.
Yeah.
It was so bad. I was dehydrated for like 2 days. I
You
was
playing in
so
the sun is
sick.
the worst. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gotta be, dude. Just sun just barreling down. Especially like this past like week kind of heat, like last week.
Yeah.
Working in a shop and stuff, you're just sweating.
Mhm.
And I'm the custodian too. Like I'm not even out there like the
Yeah.
whole time, but I go out there. I'm like cleaning. I'm like, holy crap! I'm just. Ugh.
No, the
But if
sun's
you're
the
just
worst.
sitting up there and like, and I'm a drummer myself, so like when I would play, dude, I'd sweat all the time. But there's like, when you're standing on stage, you already have the adrenaline because you again.
I was
Yours
dying
being
on Saturday
solo.
drumming. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Yeah, I was my friend, my old bassist for Stage Drive. His name's Grant. His birthday was this past Saturday, and he did like this open jam thing at this bar, and I was just like stand-in drumming for this band called Fly Parade. Showed up, really good. But it was hot as fuck. And I was about to cut off all my freaking hair, bro. This is terrible. Like it was so hot. Oh my god.
Was it inside?
Yeah, it was inside. But I'm like,
but
y'all heard
still.
of air conditioning?
Those bars, like they'll bring like a big. We played at like this place called Dreamers in Muskegon once, and yeah, they didn't have air conditioning. They just wheeled out this big old like industrial fan. They're like, we got the AC
like moves
going.
the
That's what
hot.
they said. We got the AC going.
Oh my god.
Oh my
It's
god.
just this big industrial fan in this bar. Like, oh no.
No, that sounds terrible.
No, needless to say, like nobody came for that show.
I don't blame
I don't
yeah.
blame 'em.
I'm
No.
like, wow, this is
Yeah.
terrible. But it was our second gig as a band, so we were like all geeked.
Right.
Yeah. But when you're first starting out as a band, would you say, this is something I've always said, when you're first starting out as a band, you're playing for the other bands and the fans as well, but more for the other bands?
A little
that
bit.
are local?
Uh,
Like if you get on like a local rock show.
I mean, I haven't played. Let's see. There was one solo show I played at the Hot Rock a year and a half ago, and it was literally only bands playing for bands. So
Right.
I think that's the only experience I've had with that.
Every show there is like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's some shows like that.
I guess I'm not necessarily saying like your show is only going to be bands. Like hopefully there's fans there, but you're kind of like auditioning a bit for the scene as a whole. Like,
Oh yeah,
that's
just starting
true.
off. Yeah.
yeah, when you're
true.
first starting off, like I always thought of it as like I would tell like that's what I would say to the guys, like, well, we're kind of playing for these other bands too, because they don't know us, they don't know our shit, we don't have nothing
Yeah.
recorded, we have nothing out there, they just know the name, so we got to like come out and play a good show, because if they like us, then they'll put us on more shows. But hey, you want to play this show over here? And
Yeah.
then you start networking that way. You come out and play like shit because nobody's there. You're just like, oh, screw it. You
Right.
gotta mail it in. Well, these other bands that didn't know you.
No, yeah,
Are
because
gonna
once you get
have
to
a
know them, they'll ask you to be
opinion.
on more like shows and stuff
Right.
with them. So yeah, I agree with that a little bit.
That's why I would say like every show is important, even if there's nobody there. You know, you gotta
Oh, every
play-
show is important.
Play
Of course,
for the
yeah.
play for the bar owner or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like the guy that's sitting back there, kind of observing the show. Like that's kind of how it was at the Maidstone. You ever play there?
Oh yeah.
You had John there.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like, kind of slinging drinks sometimes, or he'd just be like, observing the show. It's like, you're playing for that dude, too, if there's not a lot of people that show up. Because he'd be like, oh, yeah, I like that band. They would, I'm going to have a show coming up where I know crowds are going to come in. They would be a perfect fit. Let me ask them.
Yeah.
Type of deal. And then Stage Drive's now on more shows and all this other stuff.
Right. Yeah.
But you probably, coming both from being solo artists, probably got contacts.
A little bit, yeah. We have
Galore and stuff.
like on our Stage Drive, like Google kind of. I don't know if you've seen, but we have like a contact venue, like little phone book.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
a
have a
phone
couple.
book?
Yeah.
Like
Just
so
like any venue I've had interactions with, and like contacts and promoters, stuff like that.
Hmm.
So we just kind of keep it there, but COVID's really put like a damper on everything. Like
yeah. It has.
How about COVID?
It
How about it?
sucks. Yeah. Before Stage Drive played our first show, that was with the previous members a year ago, and that was like right before the second shutdown. Like literally the next day, the governor was
Oh.
like, "Yep, we're shutting everything down." And I was like, "Okay, we got one show in."
One show in,
It
and now
sucks.
and now through COVID,
It's been
had to
hard.
rebrand.
It's been tough to book shows. Yeah.
yeah. Well, it was like really like frowned upon too, to be playing
yeah.
through COVID.
I
Yeah.
felt bad, like at one point, like trying to promote. It was my last solo show at the Token that I played. I felt bad promoting it because I was like,
What was the date?
this was again right before COVID, like before the second shutdown.
What was that still in March?
last, no, it was last year. Last June, I think.
Oh,
at
June.
The Token,
Yeah,
I
that was
think,
okay. Yeah.
And I just felt
Yeah,
bad
don't you
promoting
feel-
it, man.
Yeah, you feel like a piece of shit.
Right.
Like I would. Like I was like, I'm so glad I'm not in a band right now.
Yeah.
Because
It's
my heart
I
would
don't
be
know.
fucking broken. Because I'd be wanting to play so bad.
It sucks, but
Yeah.
it gives us time to write and like record and stuff like that. So.
But being that band that may have been like fresh, like
Mhm.
you guys already are like, okay, it's a fresh band.
Yeah.
Now you could get all these easy spots for places that are still booking because you're like, because nobody else is playing.
Mhm.
Like, fuck yeah, we can play the show. But
Yeah.
I think most bands are back to playing now, which is
Yeah,
kind of
now.
nice. Like now it's starting to get back to normal, but then again, there's like the Delta variant. So
What is your what is your hot take or opinion on? I'll tell you mine first. On them having requiring a vaccination and or a COVID or a
negative
negative
COVID
test, to where I think everybody should have a negative test.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, I think the vaccine cards, like ideally, if the vaccine works, and I hope it does, like I believe science for sure, you know, I hope
Yeah.
it works. I think it's not a bad idea at all because I want this shit to stop spreading, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and if everything has to go back to normal, that's the way to do it, I think, you know?
And why do you think that they should?
I can understand that because like with the new Delta variant, like there's significant amount of people who have been vaccinated that have caught the new variant.
And can
Yeah.
still spread it.
Yep.
Yeah, like
That's my biggest thing. I'm
yeah.
like, why are you letting them come in unvaccinated or whatever?
Yeah.
You know, they have the negative test, but they're not testing the other ones who could possibly be carrying it. They just don't know they have it because it lowered the symptoms so much.
Mhm.
I mean,
Or
I had COVID and I didn't know I had it for the first like 2 days.
Yeah. Like, that's crazy
Yeah.
to me. Like, you're just going to let them in. Like,
Mhm.
that's fine. Like, according to what you want to do. Like, what?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm putting on a show here in Holland at the Park Theater, October 23rd. And I'm already thinking, like, you know, if it gets down to that point here, right now it's not yet. But if it gets down to that point to where it's like, that's the rule, I'm just going to cancel it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think, because the way I think, you know, I
Mhm.
can't be a hypocrite. I'm like, I think it should everybody should have just a negative test. That's the way Dave Chappelle's been doing all his comedy shows
Yeah.
for even through the pandemic, which is everybody gets a negative test. Like, you have to swab before.
Yeah. I mean, if not everyone's going to get vaccinated, that's the way to do it. At least have
Yeah.
a negative test. And I think it's like, 48 hours before the show or something like that.
No, like, well, if you want to do the rapid ones, which aren't as reliable, but if you do
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
rapid ones, it's even quicker.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was like pictures and stuff from Dave Chappelle. He played like 4 dates in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys, maybe you heard about it? I don't know.
Mm-mm.
That's why I follow that shit. But yeah, it was like 4 dates, and yeah, people in the parking garage all lined up, you know, to get there.
Right.
I'm like, now you're all herding them all up. Like, I don't know, man. It's so weird to me. It's
Yeah.
just
I mean,
like,
that's the way it's going to spread though. And at shows and in the big crowds and stuff, you know?
I really hope like October, like especially because you say you have an announcement you can't say yet. Like,
Mhm.
I really have my fingers crossed for October shows.
Yeah, I have a solo show October 14th at the Token for Big and Bigger. It's the other podcast that we've both been on. That's where we met, actually.
Okay.
And that's at the Token. And Harlow's getting back together for that show. Frame 42 is playing. And then I have a couple other solo artists that are playing with me. Yeah, it's going to be a big show, but I don't know, man. I'm getting nervous now because I'm like, are they going to cancel it? You know?
Are they going to cancel it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's the variant. And what? Then you heard about the other one, right? Too.
There's another
the
strand.
The Lambda variant or whatever.
I haven't heard
No,
of
you
that
haven't
one.
heard of that?
No.
No.
Yeah, no, it's there. There's the Lambda one.
It's
And
just going to keep
supposedly-
mutating.
And supposedly the vaccine has like no effect against this one. Yeah, there you'll see it. You'll just look up Lambda and you'll see the picture. It's like whatever the first one's called, and then Delta, and then it'll say Lambda. Like, I noticed it a while ago. It was some picture that was shared with a news article, and I was like, Lambda, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Apparently it's another one. That was back when I didn't know what Delta was. They knew back then it was Delta, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Just going to keep mutating. That's what I
Delta
mean.
variant.
Like,
Who gets to come up with the names too? Like, was it like?
I've always wondered about hurricanes too. Like, who names it? That's a
who
very
names-
human
well,
name.
the latest one in was Louisiana is what, Ida?
I was gonna say
Ida.
Ida. Like, who names it? You know,
Yeah. No.
whose job is that? That'd be a
Who's
pretty
next
cool
in
job.
line?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look it up, John. There's some way they come up with it. I bet. Google how they name hurricanes. We'll figure this shit
Like
out.
Hurricane Katrina. Who came up with
Hurricane
Katrina?
Katrina.
Who came up with that?
Yeah, that was the thing. They compared it. They were comparing Katrina because it hit the same day. Apparently, this was the same day that Katrina hit that this one
Mhm.
did,
Oh yeah, I saw that thing on that. Yeah.
and that this one was a Category 5.
How were
when it
hurricanes
hit.
named?
Oh, here we go. Female names for hurricanes, and by 79, male and female names were used. The names alternate between male and female.
There's a
Names
list?
are
It's
alphabetical, and
alphabetical?
each new storm gets the next name on the list.
But
There's a
there's so many
list.
names in the world though, like alphabetical. Like,
Yeah, so what's the list? Where's
Yeah.
the list? Oh, the list of tropical storm and hurricanes for 2021. Go to that. Just click that article right there. Oh, yep. Maybe it'll have the future ones too.
there are no QU.
X, Y, or Z names because of lack of usable names.
Huh.
To begin with those letters. What? You can probably find a bunch.
That's interesting. So do they
Separate
have a
list for
list
time.
of like COVID variants that they're going to be using? Like if not, can I apply for this job?
Yeah, really. List of COVID variants. Names. Oh no. Oh no, this is going to be a rabbit hole, John. About the Delta variant, but there is the Lambda one. It said it when you typed
Yeah.
it in. It said Lambda. Yeah, but that one's obviously not as well researched, I guess.
Right. Yeah, I
Because
don't know.
people don't know much about it.
Yeah,
like,
I think
including
like
me.
vax cards are definitely a good idea though to be having. Just like passports when you fly out of the country, you know. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it should be something that should be
Oh,
enforced.
have you flown out of country before?
Mm-mm.
Have you flown out of country before?
No.
Have you flown out of country before, John? Do you need your vaccination card?
To go out of country.
You have to turn your mic up so I can hear you. But
No, actually, I haven't personally flown out since COVID did. However, my family has been.
well, even pre-COVID,
Yeah.
did you need your vaccination card to fly international?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
Currently, now it's kind of like you pretty much have to have one 48 hours prior to fly out.
now
Yeah.
for for the vaccine, the COVID vaccine.
Oh,
Just-
actually, yeah. I haven't thought about that.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta ask them actually, because I know a bunch of people that have been flying out lately, and it doesn't seem to really be too much of a hassle for them.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Shows
Yeah.
are definitely different now though.
You think so?
Oh yeah, yeah. There was a stage dive's name literally came from an ongoing joke of me always wanting to like stage dive and like jump into the crowds, but now I'm like, okay, I'll just have my own little like hamster ball and I'll just like I don't want to touch anybody, you know. So
Yeah.
it's different now. Like you have to worry about things like that, or coughing
Yeah.
on someone, or getting too close, or like crowd interaction is different, because you don't want to get like, what if someone's uncomfortable? What if they're COVID? I don't know, scared about it, or whatever, and which is perfectly fine. But I don't want to get too close to you.
Well, they'll probably be wearing a mask, so you can automatically assume.
That's true. But then again, I think everyone has to wear it. Like for our show in October, I'm pretty sure there is going to be a very enforced mask law for
Right.
the yeah. I
For
don't
the
know.
show.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're playing at tables or something, right?
Yeah.
You say it was a show full of like people sitting at tables.
I
then
think
they
if
could
you're
probably
sitting,
take
and if
take
they're
them off
drinking, you
there.
can take it off while you're drinking or something like that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I understand. It's hard
Mhm.
to make it so like you can't because you have to take it off to drink or eat.
Right.
Unless you just shut everything
Just
down like we did
filter
the
it through
first
the
time.
mask, like-
Right? Got a little hole
Yeah.
there.
We just.
Yeah. So I got a little flap that just goes
Yeah.
over. But every time you breathe out, it opened. Did you see? So that was like when it first started too. There was people wearing masks with the vents in them. Did you
Oh,
see
yeah.
those? I was like, what the hell is that? Is that?
I don't. Maybe it like filters.
Did
I
it
don't-
filter
I don't
just the
know.
in?
I
or,
never
like,
had
the
one
out?
like that. I don't know.
Have you ever seen the mesh masks that are like completely see-through?
Yeah, what?
Oh,
I
you
seen
know,
one of those
those are-
actually today at the gas station. I'm like, okay, you're making a point.
Yeah. Like you're a Republican, aren't you? Yes, you
Yeah.
are.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like that's like completely just stupid.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to wear it at work. It sucks in the heat like that. It sucks wearing
It
that
gets
shit.
hot. Yeah.
If I'm by myself, I'll just pull it down. I believe if you're by yourself, you should be able to do that. But yeah, if we're around people, just pull it up
Mhm.
for while you're there.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks. I don't want to do it either, but
No one does really.
no
yeah.
one does.
No, but I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna be that person that's like, oh no, I'm not wearing
When
a
this
mask,
shit
fuck you.
first started, when it first started coming out, like my wife was the first one at the store with the gloves
Mhm.
and the mask and everything, and I was like, dude, everybody's gonna look at you like you're fucking weird when you go there. You know that, right? Like
I
just
remember
wearing
looking
it.
at people like they were weird.
Yeah,
But then
and she's like, yeah, I know, and she's like, they did, and I said, what's fucked up is sooner or later, you're gonna be looked at as weird if you don't have that on.
And that's how it is
And
now.
that's what scared the hell out of me, and
Yeah.
that's how it's gotten.
Yep.
Because there's people that are gonna be like, "You're not wearing your mask," and it's like, "Fuck." We've gotten to the point where now you're scared of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't want it. Like you said earlier, like I don't know what their COVID.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if they want me 6 feet, whatever. Like
Yeah.
that's what sucks.
It
Like,
does,
like,
yeah.
It's gonna scar people. People are gonna be scarred from this for the rest of their lives. Even if COVID goes away, they're still gonna be like, don't, you know, they're
Yeah.
gonna be worried about some other virus that could come.
What's scary, I think, now is that like every company's like cleaning policies, they should have probably already been this strict. You should
Yeah.
probably wipe down things, you know, throughout the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Clean your hands, use hand sanitizer. Like we
Yeah.
weren't doing that before.
I know, like the factory I work in, like I said, I do janitorial stuff, and
Uh-huh.
like that they got all hand sanitizer stations after this. Like they always had like the sink where you can wash your hands, but they didn't have all these hand sanitizer, like, you know, like by the break room outside
Yeah.
the door.
Mhm.
You got it right there. They went as far as like they hired clean team members, and they go through and they wipe down all the touch surfaces
Yeah.
with disinfectant like twice a day. They hit door handles and
I think that
stuff.
should have already been a
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
You know, we still
Well,
got the
it
flu
was.
and
It's
stuff like
like-
that. But yeah, not as strict though, you know.
Right. Yeah, with the disinfecting and everything. Because,
Yeah.
like, I would, like, you know, as a cleaner, you're like, you got this whole plant, you got to clean the whole thing. I'm like, oh, shit. Well, you know, you got to try to get what you can done. So
Right.
you'd be like, you know, if it's dirty, clean it. You know, okay.
Yeah.
But there's too much to be able to be wiping down what every single person touches in a day.
Oh yeah.
Plus, cleaning, like, cleaning
No, it's
jobs
tedious.
skyrocketed too in, like, pay.
Oh yeah, I believe that 100%. Because
'Cause
no one
it's
wants.
like-
I mean, even like
They're like,
nursing
you want
jobs
me to
and stuff.
go in there and like clean shit? Like my dad works for this other company. They'd be like, oh, they had a COVID positive, so you got to go in there and spray everything down. He's like, well,
Yeah.
what? Like
Yeah.
they had COVID there.
You want me to go in there?
This was back when it first started, when they
Yeah.
didn't know how the hell it was spread. They're like, people were leaving their groceries sit out for like days before
Yeah.
they touched it. Remember that? You had to leave your
Yeah.
groceries in the garage.
Yeah.
I
I
was like,
never.
what the
I'm not gonna
hell?
lie. I never did that.
I never
I
did
was
that
like,
either.
if
Yeah.
I,
I was
get
like,
this
yo.
from my coffee creamer, then okay. That's
where
how
you're
I
going
go.
That's what I'm going down,
Yeah.
man, from those eggs that morning. I ate
Yeah,
was on the
like-
carton.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, probably not anything cold. It'd probably be more like the boxed item.
Well,
at
yeah,
home.
just like plastic and stuff. Though they said it stayed on for like a week or whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
So people are like Cloroxing their Clorox. Like it's like, what do you?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I don't even know if that's a good way to
Holy
do that. You know,
crap.
I don't know.
I'll admit, when it first happened, I was like, holy shit, what the fuck's going on? I took like a leave at work because I was worried about the girls, because my dad was like cleaning all these buildings. I
Yeah.
only cleaned one. He's like, he watches them too. I'm like, no. So I took a leave, but it only took me like a couple months, and I was like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see my grandma for the large chunk of 2020 because I was like, no, I am not going to be the one that gives that to you.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that's why with the vaccines and stuff, I firmly believe, like, if you're elderly and, you know, like you got some or if you have pre-existing conditions, like, definitely you should
Oh yeah.
probably just get
Mhm.
it. Like, your risks far outweigh what could happen to you with a vaccine. And I do always say too, like, odds are nothing's probably going to happen to you.
I mean,
You
no,
get
we
the
all get our
vaccine,
flu shots, tetanus,
odds are-
whatever.
Yeah, odds are nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
The scariest thing is the fact that it's new and it hasn't been out that long. That's
Yeah.
what freaks people out. But then you got to think about too. When's the last time a big vaccine came out like this
Yeah.
that was pushed like this in anybody's lifetime? Like, this has never been done in ours. There was the H1N1. Did you know there was a
I do
vaccine
remember
for that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a vaccine for that, and what it wasn't like pushed like this was. And that's the scary thing too to a lot of people. Is like, why is it so pushed? And then
Mhm.
you could say, well,
It was just
social
different.
social media though.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
how long have I had? I've had Facebook since I was what, maybe 23, 22 or something like that.
Hmm.
I don't know. Like, it's different. Is that why it seems so pushed? Because there's social media and people are constantly going like this, to where back when there was other vaccines, they'd get the fucking daily paper and be like, well, let's see what's on the paper today, honey. And then pull
Right.
up the paper. And, oh, you know, they get it once in a while. And
Uh-huh.
they, oh, this
Yeah.
vaccine's coming out. Well,
Yeah,
we
social
should
media
probably
can be a
go
good
get
and a
it.
bad thing.
Mhm.
Social media is evil.
Yeah. I'm
It's
currently on a
evil.
social media detox.
How do you do that with a band?
We were just talking about that on the way here.
With
It's
solo
hard.
stuff. With a band, maybe you can. Can you take the duties for me? For this week, I just had enough.
Yeah.
When you're doing your solo stuff, you got stuff coming up. You got to promote. Same with you. Like,
Well, that's why we waited till after the single was released, because I wanted to do this like last week, but then I was like, okay, well, shit, we have a single coming out, on Tuesday, so I have to wait. So I'm good for a second.
yeah, it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Like, I wish I could just like snap it and just be done with it for a while.
Yeah.
But then it's like,
It's a good tool, though. It's a good and a bad thing,
it
really.
is a good tool, but you can't help but get sucked into, you just, popping it open, you get a notification, then you scroll a little bit, and you're like, man, that fucking pisses me off.
Dude,
Like,
well,
I
my
was
thing-
only on here
yeah.
for 2 minutes, like.
Being in
Yeah.
music, too, it's so hard not to compare and contrast, like, you with other, like, bands, other artists, whatever. It's really hard. Like, in a
Or like
positive
you're
way.
comparing yourself, like, to,
Yeah.
oh, this artist just came out with this, and now.
And you're like, oh, well, I didn't come out with, it's hard.
Yeah, that does. Or like, do your record quality, like,
That too,
man,
yeah.
that sounds really good. I don't know, is ours lacking? Or
Right.
do we need more of this? Yeah, that's constant self-doubt.
Yeah, like it's a
when you're
good
in a
tool for promoting and advertising, but it like really hurts. Like when you're scrolling through and you, like you said, you get sucked into it and you're just like,
Yeah.
okay, comparing everything you see. So
Yeah, it's great. Like you said, it's a great tool, but it
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. I hate it. I hate what it's done to society and how it's just even how the vaccine and all this COVID has divided everybody. But I think that's the ultimate divider.
yeah,
I don't know how we overcome it, because once it's there, it's there. Like, how do you get rid of it?
Yeah.
yeah. No, I agree.
It's crazy to think about.
It is crazy to think about.
What would be like without that? We wouldn't have now when you're a band, you gotta have at least an EP.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have the
Or a single, I would
art.
say. Singles or EPs or something.
Okay, we'll say that. We'll say at least a single, recorded, mixed, mastered. You
Right.
got the look, you got the Facebook, you got all the creds, you got the band photo before you like basically play your first show.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly. yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you guys do, right?
Yeah, with the rebrand and everything. Again, our first show is
Yeah.
going to be in October.
And there's only one previous show before this, right?
No.
Okay.
No. We've been a band since last August.
Since last
So
August.
yeah,
Okay.
it's been a while, but with the rebrand, it's completely different. New material, new members, new sound, new feel. So it's,
Right.
I would say I'm gonna keep going with the whole new band thing. It's basically a new band, just
Basically
same brand.
new band.
Yeah.
Just rebranding.
Yeah.
Rebranding the new band.
Yeah. Yeah. So we released like a recording. We're starting a new recording. We did photo shoots, advertising, and everything all before this show in October. So that's social
Yeah.
media became a huge part of advertising, like and promoting new bands and new music.
But right. And that's good. Yeah. Well, especially for like a rebrand, like you said, you've played shows. Like, it is a thing.
Yeah.
So like, let's definitely promote who we are before we come back on stage.
Exactly. I didn't want to just show up and be like, they'd be like, who is that? And I'd be like, stage dive.
Yeah. Hey guys, we're here.
Yeah. So So we got all of that out of the way prior to. I think it went over pretty
Right.
well.
Yeah. But these, like, it used to be like, I was always told, get your shit together, get like a 30, 45 minute set, and try to get a show. Just start playing. Play out live. Get people to know you that way. That's how it was when I started. And I'm like, now it's like you gotta have everything done. I'm like, at that time I wouldn't have known shit for people to do all that for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much talent that probably goes like unheard of just because they don't have the contacts or the resources to
That's
get-
another reason social media is kind of important too with the music scene, is like you have so many contacts. Like I've met like a lot of my closest friends, through, I mean, I wouldn't have gone on CRB had I not met Eric through, I think it was Facebook I met him on.
Mm-hmm.
And then we wouldn't have met, man. Yeah, at least.
But there's still people out there that like don't know. They don't know how to do it. They don't
Yeah.
know how to network. They don't know how to like
Networking is tricky, man. It's
It is.
because you can't really ever tell what someone's intentions are, It's
Are you just trying to get on here to spew your bullshit or what?
Yeah.
yeah,
Like for I don't know, anything really, or a show.
yeah.
Or they just
Or you're like actually genuine,
Yeah.
Can't. It's hard to tell sometimes.
It is. Like when I message you, you're like, what the
Who's Kyle? What the hell?
who the hell is this guy? Yeah.
That's funny.
No, did you, hanging out with John, that was a good time.
Yeah, no,
that
he's
was a good
he's
collab
fucking
that you
awesome.
guys had together there too.
That song kicked ass. That was a good song.
That was
In
when
my
he
personal
said
biased opinion.
when he said summer vibes or whatever for it, I was like, yep.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is like convertible.
Yeah. We're doing a
Cali.
video for it too.
Mhm.
Hopefully soon.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's how is that, like you do the video like after the song, just like, you know, a way to do like well for more local, obviously it's money and stuff too, because you
Mhm.
gotta pay to get a video done, but
Yeah.
like it's almost gonna be like another resurgence of the song again. It's like, oh, here's the
Yeah.
song, you know, got the video, now it gets
Well, it's a
popular
good way.
again.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
release the song, you know, everyone's like, oh, cool song, whatever, you know.
Right.
Like a month or two later, everyone's like, oh, cool video. So it kind of just like resurfaces and
Yeah.
like promotes it again. So it's yeah.
It's cool, dude. It was a really cool song. It was a really good song. I was surprised. I was like, whoa, what's this?
It's
You know?
unlike
Mhm.
anything I've done. Like it was definitely branching out into a different genre. And I typically stick with like either rock, which is for stage drive, or like my solo stuff is kind of softer, like coffee house acoustic, I would say a little bit, you know.
Right.
So this was it was kind of like hip hop, poppy type stuff, you know.
Well,
it's different.
shoot, do you think it's a good time? Maybe give people like maybe a taste of what some of this solo stuff's like. Do you think?
Yeah.
You got.
Should do it.
I think you brought a little tool
I might have
behind you
brought
there.
a tool, yeah.
People might have been looking at like, what's that? What is that behind there? What is that? Yeah, and since I don't know how it would work over there, but we can maybe do it. No, I was thinking about like, do you want to perform or no? You don't have
It
to.
doesn't matter to me, man.
Could you use the same guitar? Because I wasn't initially. I was thinking it would just be one-on-one, but yeah, I mean, more music the better.
Yeah, sure.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, you can go ahead and get that all ready. And ooh, that is nice.
I know.
Look at that shine. Oh, that shine.
My favorite.
Look at that shine. Wow. What is it called?
Takamine.
Takamine? Some more music. Well, I think the last person that played was Preston from Heart of Jordan.
Heart of Jordan.
Yeah, they're out of Lansing.
Oh, out of Lansing. That's where our drummer's from.
They're
out of
like
Lansing.
they're metal, but they're a little lighter. Like they're like hard rock metal. Is what I would describe them as.
It's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough.
All right.
All right, you play loud because you can play loud.
Okay. Oh man, gotta take off all the.
Oh.
Jeez. On Saturday before I went up there, I wasn't even planning on drumming on Saturday. But when I went up there, I was like, I had like, you know, a million things on me. I was like, okay, hold on,
Yeah.
guys, hold on. Yeah, I gotta put the hair up. Hold on,
hair
guys.
up,
Like,
everything.
give me a minute. Let me get ready. Wasn't expecting this. This is a song called High. I did this on CRB when we met, actually. Did I do that? Yeah, I did that song for the first time, High.
Yeah.
And I changed the key
All
after
right.
that.
Yeah.
I was like, it's way too deep.
All right, you can hear yourself good in those headphones, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can adjust on the fly.
I don't know if
Okay.
I'll be able to hear the guitar or not.
Well, I don't know how loud you sing like in person, so we'll just see. It should be good.
All right, cool. Good.
Oh,
You
got more
should be good.
jewelry
Got
off.
more,
Oh.
got more. Sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah, here we
Sorry,
go.
You know.
And what's the song name again?
Hi.
Hi. Hello.
Are we waiting? Are we wasting both our time? Looks like you're stuck in your ways, and I'm stuck in mine. Now every conversation's an argument. Later on, you don't mean the word you said. Yeah, it might hurt, but you know I'll say it's fine. You got me losing my patience, anxiety driven. Your heavy words are weightless. Tell me why you only let your guard down when you're high. You take a sip of something to feel nothing. You got me fucked up in my mind. Do you feel better? Any less pressure? You know you do this every time. Baby, why? Was it always like this? Or does it help you sleep at night? Oh, you got the last word. That must mean you're right. Now every shot you take, you're breaking me down. You say it's different this time around. I can hear you, but baby, I don't got the time. You got me hating everything about myself. You do it on purpose, so I won't leave you, and I can tell. Tell me why you only let your guard down when you're high. You take a sip of something to feel nothing. You got me fucked up in my mind. Do you feel better, any less pressure? You know you do this every time. Baby, why? It's called High. You, thanks.
Hit me with a clap, John. Hit me with a clap. Hit me with a clap.
Some clap audio,
There we
yeah.
go. Yeah. There we go. There we go. That was awesome.
Thank you.
That was awesome. Woo! You want to go next?
Pass you the
Oh
weapon.
yeah, I can do that. I
No.
don't know what song to play.
We don't have to jam right now. We can talk some more and we can jam later.
Chicago?
Chicago, yeah, I can do that.
Oh, Chicago. How do we look in the camera there, John? Do we look all right? Are we good? She's still in frame back there?
Do you have a pic, dude? There it is. I was like, bro.
Have to finger pick this whole thing.
I know, right?
Right?
Yeah, but this song is about my ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
It's called Baby's Going to Chicago. She's going to Chicago. So I guess I'll take the high road. And I wonder what kind of woman she'll be. If she ever makes her way back to me. Sometimes we gotta let our loved ones go. Only 'cause we've got to let them grow. Baby's going to Chicago. How I wish that I could follow her, but I can't. She's not going to Seattle. It isn't far to travel, and I would walk 500 miles to see her again. Yeah, I would swim across Lake Michigan. Sometimes we gotta let our loved ones go. If only 'cause we've got to let them go. Oh, baby's going to Chicago. How I wish that I could follow her, but I can't. Sometimes the circumstances nuances just aren't there. But I'm so glad to have met you. I can't let you go. She's going to Chicago. She's going to Chicago. My baby's going to Chicago. How I wish that I could follow her, but I can't.
Yeah.
John, where's that clip?
Yeah. All right, John.
All right, John.
John. Jon. That was great. That was awesome. I always love when people perform on here. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool. I feel so special.
You feel special.
man.
Do you play? You said you drum, right? Do you play guitar?
Yeah, I drum, and like I always the instrument that if I could play another one would be bass.
Bass is so weird to me. I've tried.
Really?
I drum, I play guitar, and I sing, but I can't.
Yeah, I just
it's
seen you
odd.
drumming the
Really?
other day too. I was
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, you drum too? Whoa, holy crap!
Hell
But
yeah.
I'm like a single instrument guy, like
Mhm.
just I mean, I can do like Green Day, but it's nothing
Smoke
like
on the water.
yeah, and that's and it's doing the whole this thing. It's not. I'm
Yeah.
not cording it out or anything.
My
like
pinkies
people
don't freaking work. I don't use my pinkies when I play guitar at all.
Really?
Yeah, me
Yeah.
neither.
They don't work, man. They're
Was that the
dumb.
problem when you were up there, rocking out and the solo
Yeah.
wasn't going?
Yeah, man. Yo, that was
pinky, guys, my
nervous.
pinky. I was just having a gimp night. It's like my pinky.
I had a jolly good time doing that. I regret nothing. It was fun. Man,
Oh, that's so funny.
God.
Yeah, but you look back at those moments.
That's what I mean. I look back and I'm like, I'd fucking do it again. Whatever. I
Yeah,
don't
but
care.
even like a year or two from now, you'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's so.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep.
I remember that.
We all have that.
Still today. Yeah.
I think the most that was I mean not as mortifying I guess, but I played at the Crowfoot one time, a solo show, and it was for the Pontiac Music Fest 2 years ago.
Okay.
And
yep.
my straps, I didn't have strap locks on.
Wait a minute. Pontiac Music Fest.
Yeah.
Who headlined that?
Oh God, who headlined that? I can't remember the
I
name
think
of the
I'm
band.
thinking of a different one. Anyways.
Kenny Hill Group or something like that. I think.
Anyways.
I don't know.
So
I met a
you're
lot of artists. It was really. I met our current drummer actually, Brian. I met him there that night. So was a good
networking
show.
in person.
yeah, but I dropped my guitar on stage, and it was the most mortifying. It was a hollow body, and I kid
How
you, I
did you
have a
drop
video.
it?
I don't know. I didn't have strap locks on, and my strap just gave out, and it literally bounced. And I was like, "How did that not break?" Because I don't know what I would have done.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been so
But
scared.
it was fine.
It was fine, but I was just, and I
A
think I
chip
played it
or
off.
two out of it,
No, not even like that. I couldn't
Really?
see any
you
marks.
played it off? How do you play that off?
Well, it fell and it made this big ass like boom, because it's plugged in, right? And I was just like, that was supposed to happen. If you want to donate to my new strap, see me after the show, And everyone laughed and it was cool. But then in my head, I was like, I'm done with music. I fucking hate this shit. I'm never doing this ever again. Fuck that. I was like,
oh no.
I was like,
yeah.
never again. It was mortifying. Oh my God.
We were playing a show once, and we were a 2-piece metal band out of Bay City. We're like playing this show in Bay City at BMO's bar, and we're like, I don't know, it was like mid-set. All of a sudden, we're beginning this song, and like my sticks just like flew out of my hands. I don't know what happened. Like one went off, and then I tried to get the other one, and the other one hit the hi-hats.
Yeah.
And they landed way over there.
Oh no. Did you have more sticks?
I got up
Oh
and
God.
got those sticks and came back when I had 4 other pairs of sticks in my stick bag next to me.
Why?
You were emotionally
no
attached to those
idea
sticks.
why I did that, and it was caught on tape. I don't know where it is now.
Oh my God.
But like, why did I get up and do that at that moment? It's like one of those moments. I look back, I'm like, was it just the adrenaline? I just forgot, like I had sticks, or what was it? Like I wasn't particularly used to grabbing sticks from there at that moment because it was something new. But
Yeah.
I always had sticks laying on the ground next to me that I grabbed. But to this day, I was still like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like I got up and
feel.
went and got them, and we're a 2-piece band, so there's only one other guy up there.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like, weird.
Oh man.
You ever have like a complete fail moment on
I've done that with a
stage?
pick before. Like I have a
Oh.
pick holder on my guitar typically, but there was I had one pick and I'm like emotionally attached to this pick, so I put my guitar down, went off stage to go get the pick out of my case. So it's like I want that pick. So I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those damn sticks.
Emotional attachment.
You ever have a fail moment on stage?
I mean, I've definitely had to sit on the stage to finish out a set a couple of times because my guitar strap fucked up.
Oh, right.
You just spend the next, rest of the show just on the ground because there's nothing you can do about it. So what happened with mine, it wasn't like I could just put the strap back on. It pulled the screw out.
Oh,
Oh.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
No toothpicks on you, no nothing to shove in
Nope.
there and try to screw back in. No screwdriver.
Shit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Get a guitar tech working on it as you're playing.
Dude. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would suck. Yep. And that happened to my guitarist one time. And again, we're playing like metal. He's like, I can't sit down to play this. He's like trying to hold it up
Yeah.
and play it. Like that's hard to do.
Oh god.
Hold it up and play at the same time.
In my solo sets, I have I play Stage Dive's first single is So Damn Right, but I do an acoustic version of that, and I use my looper pedal. So I play something on my acoustic, and I use my looper pedal to loop it, and then I swing it behind my back, and I grab my electric guitar to do a solo over it. But I don't use a strap, so I just typically I have my drum stool in front of me, and I just put my leg. So it is hard to hold it
Yeah.
up because I don't want to. I feel too constricted if I have like two straps,
Oh right.
So I just like hold it up, and I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up.
Right, yeah. Yeah, those looper pedals too, but that's one of those things again where you got to be like right in time. Using a looper
it's
pedal.
like my biggest fear is being off beat because you just have to stop the song. Like there's no going back, man. Like that's gonna be
You
hard
could
as hell
kill
to
the
fix.
looper pedal.
Yeah,
and
but
just go what
you have to
currently
like
with.
I have the Ditto looper pedal. You have to like double click and then press and hold to delete. So it's like you're
Oh.
trying to keep time in your head while double clipping, and it's like
Oh
no,
yeah, no.
that's just not
Mhm.
happening.
Yeah, we tried that. We did it for a couple songs as a two piece with the
Yeah.
looper pedal because
Oh,
you
that's a
could
good
get
idea.
you can get something going. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he can play rhythm all and do
Yeah.
lead over it. Yeah.
And what we would do too is he had his one stack for guitar on one side, and then we had a bass cab on the other, and we split it so it ran through both. So
Yeah.
the bass
Mhm.
cab would get this nice beefy, just rumble to it.
Nice.
At least it worked out. It made it sound full.
hmm
I was like,
Yeah.
dude, we gotta sound full. Bass is like key.
I did a two-piece for a while. That's when I dropped my guitar at the Crowfoot. It was my old drummer and then me on vocals and guitar. And yeah, I agree. Bass is key.
Once you had a bassist, you haven't done a two piece, right?
We didn't have a
Right.
bassist for that band, so
Oh.
it was just drummer and then me. And then
Right.
Stage Dive started like a year after that.
Yeah, but you probably never go back.
Oh God, no.
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 Once you have bass in your life,
Yeah.
in a band, you're like, no.
Yeah, no, it adds so much. You
Well,
know?
the two pieces was my first band, and so then
Mhm.
after that,
Me too.
like we had a bass player, and I'm like, oh, guys, this is so great. Like we have fill in for like me and the guitar. This is so like bass really puts together a song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm always been one of those people who say like I don't like a big flashy bassist.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be?
I
your taste?
disagree. I want
Absolutely
Alayna to
not.
be extra as fuck all the time.
Really? You like
Yeah.
extra as fuck?
Oh yeah.
Like, well, I guess for rock it's a little bit easier, but
Yeah.
like for metal,
Like, and it's funny because every song too, you always hear Alayna. God, I gotta come up with some cool bass fill right here. I gotta come up with like it has to be here.
like
I
a
love
fill,
it.
like that. Yeah, the one that can like fill that gap. Yeah, I do like that. I just don't like where the bassist is like necessarily like the star.
Be the star.
As far as like musical
listen to Kyle.
tastes. Yeah, no, I'm not saying on stage. On stage, the bassist could be the star.
Oh, of course.
That like Korn. Have
Yeah.
you ever seen Korn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, their bass player's all over the fucking stage.
Yeah.
Like he's the fucking one of the coolest dudes
About
on
to
the
be you, boy?
stage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But as far as like the musical, like when I'm listening to it in the car, like I don't want it to be like all bass and like
Yeah.
guitar. Like that's my personal taste.
Right.
But yeah, we had like a bass player come through one time. Again, this is metal, and he was trying to like outdo the guitar in some parts, and I'm just like, no, I'm sorry,
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I want you to hold down that fucking rhythm with me, please.
Right.
Like that's where I like to feel that bass with the kick, and it was
hmm
oh yeah, you can't go back after that.
No, not at all.
So how do you what do you guys think about paranormal stuff? I always get curious about that.
I mean, the ghosts are probably there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
Yeah.
watching us right now. You know.
you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I don't think they don't exist. Just like aliens and shit. You know, they're probably out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like to meet one. someday. You know,
Are you
Would you?
sure?
have them on the podcast,
Right?
hang out. You know?
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah. So how is your planet better than Earth? It probably is.
I don't think they talk.
I think they make noises.
You think they make noises?
Some kind of like you know, it's kind of like
Like-
mind reading shit.
Like if you were a dog, maybe you could hear it because you could hear those higher like frequencies or whatever.
Yeah, just get a dog translator.
Yeah, backwards.
Way backwards. We got a dog sitting here translating for us and an alien. What the fuck?
Sounds like a good time though.
Do you have any stories of alien stuff
Not aliens.
or paranormal,
Hell is
like
that?
ghost stories?
Is
Have
my
you ever
boy
seen a
John? Is
ghost?
he fucking with the?
Yeah, John's going at. You guys got any ghost stories?
I once lived in this super fucking haunted house, dude. Okay. So, the people that lived there was me. I think I was probably like 13, 14. My mom, her boyfriend, and his son, who was maybe like 9 or 10, right? But before we moved in with them, we used to stay the night there sometimes, and I would sleep on this air mattress up in like the upstairs. It was like a bungalow, you know.
Okay.
And
By yourself?
yeah, by myself, just up in the top floor, you know.
You
And-
know, just by myself.
And they had like a very small dog. It never went upstairs. I'd close the door, every night or whatever. And at night I would hear like nails tapping on the floor, like something walking
move out.
around. And you know how like they have those little doors that like go out into the attic or whatever?
Yeah.
Like I would hear like scratching and like knocking on those.
Really?
And no, this is the worst part. One day, I went to sleep on this air mattress. It wasn't very big, so it was just like in the corner of the room.
How
and
old were you at this time?
Like 13 or 14.
Okay.
I fell asleep on it in this one corner of the room, and I woke up and it was on the complete opposite side of the room.
You were? Like the whole
Yeah,
thing?
the whole thing, the whole air mattress.
What?
And,
Oh, thanks.
Like I had a lot of nightmares there, and the son, he was like 9 or 10 or whatever. He had a lot of like night terrors. He would like get up in the middle of the night, like screaming and stuff, and like say
Really?
that there was like a black like shadow man standing over his bed. And I had a friend over. No, this is like intense. Like there's a lot of stuff that goes into this house. I had a friend over. We were babysitting for the night, whatever. And he had some of his night terrors, and you can hear him screaming in his bedroom or whatever. So my friend is like, oh shit, I'm gonna go check on him. So there's only one hallway, like only a couple doors, whatever. She goes in there, and she doesn't see him in there, right? And he comes out at the living room like the same time that she's going into the hallway, but like
So,
she
same-
doesn't see him pass by, and it's just a little hallway.
Right.
Like so
Like how could she not see him?
yeah, how could
coming?
she not see him? And he comes out with like his head in his hands, like crying and stuff. And then he like
So she doesn't see him pass by, and then she sees
Yeah.
him come from like where she was.
well, she didn't see him at all. She was in his room looking for him.
Okay.
And he comes out and like stops and like turns towards me, takes his hands away from his face, and just like has this like crazy like fucking smile on his face, like eyes wide, like
Whoa.
and then all of a sudden it's like he snaps out of it and goes back to like bawling his eyes out and crying and like throws himself on the couch, and it was just crazy.
What the?
Oh my god.
That was the most fucking perfectly timed
That was very
and
perfectly timed.
executed fucking music there. Bravo, John. Give
Good
yourself
job,
a
John.
clap.
He needs a clap
Yeah.
for
Give
that.
yourself a
But
clap.
the
Give yourself
next door
a clap.
neighbors used to live there too, and they actually left that house and moved next door because they had a lot of paranormal shit happening, and they would say that they saw people like in the windows when we weren't there.
So does he like say that like he like remembers this, like doing this, or like remembers?
I don't think he remembered it at all.
That's weird.
That's creepy.
Freaky.
Yeah, no, like
How long were you
it's
in that house?
Probably like a couple of years.
And then you guys moved somewhere else, like
Yeah.
nearby, or just like was it because of the?
That would have been my
bullshit?
last night.
Well,
Yeah, no
my
shit.
mom,
that.
my mom and her boyfriend broke up, so we moved out of there. Like I'm assuming that they still live there or whatever, but
That shit going on, man.
yeah, they had
That-
you know how they like, have like exorcisms on people? Like they did that to our house.
Oh,
Like,
they did,
several
They did
times.
like a house. Oh, okay. They tried to exercise the house. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's just crazy. That's wow. Where was this at?
That was in Lincoln
Yikes.
Park.
Lincoln Park.
That's near me, dude. No.
Oh.
Cool.
What about you? You ever had anything creepy happen?
Not really, no.
Nothing. You ever been like? Have you been like super open to it, or like no?
A little bit. The only creepy thing I've had happen was, you know that like abandoned insane asylum in Northville?
Yeah,
How everyone used to go there back in high school and stuff, you know?
I've got 3 videos on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
exploring it.
Well, I went there, and the only thing that happened, we went like, I would not go in the tunnels. I refused to. There's no way you could.
Oh yeah, we filmed it. We went in there.
I wouldn't do it. Like I wanted to, because I'm like, that probably looks really cool, you know. But I would
When
not
was
do it.
this? That you probably went down there.
2016 or 2015.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them now, like, well, we went a year ago, and they were like blown out. Like,
Yeah, well, they're finally knocking it down. That should have happened like
you would
10
travel
years
down
ago.
this tunnel a while, and then
Mhm.
you'd get to a dead end where it was blown out, where you'd be
Yeah.
going to like another building. Like, fuck, now I gotta turn around and go all the way back.
Yeah, the only creepy thing is that every time we went into a room or something, we would hear weird ass noises, and like the temperature would change by at least 10 degrees. Like we went into one of the patients' rooms because it used to be a hospital, you know.
Yep.
And there was like old files and stuff, and this room specifically was the coldest out of all of them, which I thought was weird because the sun was directly shining in the window.
Oh really?
So you'd think it would be warmer, you know, but it was freezing in there, and there was like all the patient records and stuff.
Yeah.
It was creepy. It was really creepy.
all those records and stuff was
Mhm.
creepy to look
They're cool
at.
to look through.
Oh,
Really
yeah.
cool. And
Yeah.
it's almost like fake, like looking through me. You know, it's so weird.
Like you go to like that place for instance, and you like, it's like, is this what it would look like if there was like a nuclear fallout or something like
Right.
that? Like,
Yeah.
because you literally, there's one part we were walking up on, and there's like records just kind of like spewed across, you know, like
Yeah.
how it'd be in like a video game almost, or like
Yeah.
a movie.
Did you
Mhm.
make it to the gym that they had?
Yeah, we covered the whole.
That was the
fucking
creepiest
place.
part. I thought it was
The
so
gym?
weird to me because there's wheelchairs everywhere and gurneys, and it's so weird, man.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
creepy as hell.
We didn't get to see like if there was like if it was like littered in gurneys, we didn't get to see that many because we went, you know, obviously
Yeah.
years after you went.
Hmm.
It would have been much more prime to see when you went. In
It was really
2016.
cool. Yeah, that's when it was real big though to go there. Before they started like knocking down everything, the buildings and you know.
They're not, dude. All those buildings are like still there.
Eventually, I know they're supposed to knock it all down, dude. My one friend, I never got in trouble from going there. We went through the woods though. We didn't go through the entrance. Why
Well,
would you
we
go
went-
through the entrance?
It's dumb. We parked
Why
in
would
the
you do that?
apartment. The apartments that are next to the woods.
We parked in the Coney Island across the street.
Oh.
Yeah.
We went. We went all the way to the. There's like a bunch of like apartment complexes.
Yeah.
And then we parked there, and then we went through the woods behind where that.
I know where-
there's that
yeah.
state police station now.
Yeah.
That's there. I know,
good placing,
right?
you know?
Forensic labs or
Dude,
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're telling everybody how to get there.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Number one, do not do.
Tips and tricks.
Yeah, tips and tricks from her. Yeah, and then we just went there all the way through the woods, and then eventually, all of a sudden, we'd see like a mattress. We're like, oh, we must be getting close.
Yeah, yeah.
And
You
then
see
you
like
see-
wheelchairs and
yeah.
shit. You know, you're like, I'm
Whoa.
getting there.
Then there's a gate, and it's like busted right where you can walk through.
We
This
had to
is-
hop a gate.
You probably had to hop it. It's
Yeah.
since been busted. It's just a
Okay.
clear path right through the gate. Then you
Yeah.
keep going, and then we looked up, and there's kind of like a big hill.
Yeah.
Almost. I went all the way up that, and then you look over, and that's where the gym is,
Yeah. The gym.
The
is creepy as hell.
gymnasium.
Yeah.
and all that. Like, the pool.
You know what I thought was creepy too was the check-in area, the office.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
you went all the way
you-
up to like the warden's office
Yeah,
and stuff?
dude.
Yeah.
Because you go in
What
there
was up
and
there
it's
when
like
you went there?
there was again a lot of files and stuff.
Was
But
there
it's
still
weird.
like desks and stuff?
There's
in there?
like waiting chairs and shit like that. But it's weird because you
Oh,
walk
that's
in
so
and you're
cool.
like,
I'm so
it's
jealous.
weird. It's really weird.
So jealous.
I can't believe we didn't get in trouble. We didn't even think about that.
Well, yeah.
You
well,
know,
nobody
at all.
was.
Yeah. No, we didn't think about that at all. I don't
Now
know.
they say it's like, oh, don't go there, everybody, in like the groups and stuff, because there's like, abandoned building groups and shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. My friend, she got a ticket, and I can't remember. It was a hefty ticket
Yeah.
for trespassing, and she had to do community service.
Isn't it like
she had to go to
500
court.
bucks? 500
Dude, it
bucks?
was a lot. I can't remember, but it was a lot, and she had to do community service for like a year. It was.
We got busted in Flint. I have it all on video, which is
Mhm.
the greatest part. I haven't released it or anything yet, but it's
Mhm.
we got busted at Flint Northern,
Yeah.
and that building still has power on. That was attracting us there because people had posted pictures. So we went there, and the fucking power was on this place, completely
That's weird.
abandoned. Tons of fucking of pallets of fucking bottled water there, just in this abandoned ass building. We're like, what the fuck, dude? Like
Mhm.
all this bottled water there, and then there's a bunch like strewn all over the floors and shit from people vandalizing
Mhm.
shit. Yeah, we got popped there. All of a sudden, we heard somebody else in the building, and I kept thinking to myself, I was like, this sounds like some other people here. Like, exploring it too, because that's not uncommon to run into people. Other
Oh, we
people
ran into a lot of
explore.
people there, yeah.
Right. Especially if it's a popular place. And so we waited around. We were like, all right, let's just try to get out of here. And then they seemed like they're getting close. So we, ducked into a room, and they were checking all the rooms. And they came into that one, and the guy shines a light in. And he's like, "Oh, hey there!" And so I like kind of pop out, I'm like, whatever. I'm still rolling. And then on this cop, he's like, "Oh, I got somebody here to meet you." And this cop comes in. He's got his fucking gun out, and he's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing in here?" And I was like, "We're just filming." And he's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And you can see him like putting it away. He's like, "What the fuck, man?"
Right.
And I got the whole thing, the whole conversation is so great. Like I look back and laugh at it because the funniest part of the whole thing is it was rolling while it was in my bag too. Like I didn't know it was rolling until because we got out of it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, look back. I was like, dude, I was recording for like, I don't know, an hour. I was like, I got all that.
Oh, shit.
And he's going through, my buddy, we're in the library. This library is full of books.
Yeah.
Full, like, I'm talking like Harry Potter books, like the works, just all of it. And the computers, there's a computer that was still on. Like, what the fuck is going on here? And there was this book, and it was about like virginity or something. And he like he's like showed me. He's like, "Oh, that's funny." I was like, "Oh, you should take that. That's fucking hilarious." Like, who the fuck, It's in one book. I mean, we don't take shit when we go. Besides, I grabbed that Ozzy Osbourne tape from a place. I was like,
Oh,
that's
that's sick.
too cool.
Yeah.
I left them $1. It was an abandoned building, but I left $1, so I felt bad.
I mean,
I got that on tape too. I was like, I'm gonna leave $1. I feel bad.
yeah.
Yeah. Where was I going? I just forgot. I admit.
Yep.
Where was I going, John?
Library.
Library, books, virginity. Bam. He's going through. So we get in the back of the car. He puts us in handcuffs and everything. He's like, "Oh, what we're gonna do." So we're sitting in the back of the car, and then he has our bags, and he starts going through the bags. And I looked at him. I was like, "Dude, you got that book on virginity in your backpack."
I mean, that's a good find.
He didn't say anything. I wasn't even worried about how it might be stolen. I was just like, "Dude, you have a book about virginity in your backpack." He's gonna see that. He's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Oh my god.
So hilarious. And then he like brought it as far as like we're getting in the car. He's like, "All right, do you have anything in your car that you're gonna need?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Where you parked?" I was like, "Way on the other side." So we're like driving in the back of the cop car. We get up there. I'm like, "Damn, they're really gonna fucking bring us like downtown for this shit." I was figured, fuck it. And then I made the final plea. I was like, "Dude, I got a wife and kids at home and shit." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "We're just here filming. Can't you just let us go?" And he's like, "Wife and kids?" He's giving me shit. He's basically what he's been doing the whole time. He looked up our YouTube channel while we were sitting in the car. He's like, "Oh, what is it?" And he looks it up, and then he sees like the first one that pops up is Northville.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh shit."
Repeat
whatever.
offender.
Yeah, no, he looked it up. He like subscribed right there and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, there's got to be a way out of this if he's acting like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ended up letting us go. He's like, "Fine," he let us get in the car and leave. But yeah, dude, that was out of all the places that I've been. Was that your only place that you've been to like that?
Yeah, I don't do it often. It was cool, but I'm like, it's not like a.
Yeah, I don't do it often.
Not my,
Not my gig.
not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you always had that. There's a place like when I was, in high school and stuff, like an abandoned type place that we'd all go like hang out at. It wasn't like a building. It was more like just ruins. Like there's like a fire pit and stuff there. People have fires. You all go hang out there and drink and shit because you're all underage.
Right.
Yeah.
Until the cops got hot on it. And you're like, fuck, now everybody's got to find a different place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. That sucked. It sucked, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. The place. You guys have a hangout place?
Tim's basement.
I was gonna say your basement.
My basement, yeah.
The backyard. Whose backyard was that when you made that live video?
My
You guys were
best
all playing?
friend.
Your best friends?
Yeah. She
My
lives,
best friend.
my pal. She lives around the block from me.
My
Yeah.
pal, yeah.
And
Yeah.
little female fronted live.
Mm. But like when you were younger, do you have a place like we always went here to hang
Not
out?
really. Not like one place. I was outside a lot. Probably the skate park.
Skate park?
Yeah.
You hang out at the skate park a lot?
I used to.
I was intimidated at the skate park.
I was 2. Yeah, I was like a
Were you?
12-year-old. Yeah, I was like
Yeah.
trying to be hard, hang
Yeah,
out with
yeah.
all those 16-year-old guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like nobody wore like fucking elbow pads and shit. My mom would be like, "No, you gotta wear all your pads and shit." I'm like, "No,
It wasn't cool. Wouldn't do
like,
it.
that's
Mhm.
not cool." And then the next uncoolest thing is that we had rollerblades. We didn't even skateboard. I'm like, wow, we have
Dude,
rollerblades.
rollerblades kick ass.
Yeah, they do. I like them. Like you can go fucking fast as hell on those son of bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think faster than on a skateboard.
Hmm.
But yeah, we have. So everybody's skateboarding at rollerblades. Nobody has pads. We got pads. Sorry, I'm not being ridiculed at school the next day.
Right?
Yeah.
Or like the first time you got to buck up against your mom,
Yeah.
like for like clothes or something like that. Like I'm not wearing this, or I'm not having my hair flipped a certain way. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well. So no other shows that you can announce. For-
Just the October 10th one. I have one on the 14th at Scooter's Bar. It's for
Scooters,
Yeah, it's for a benefit for breast cancer awareness, I believe. It's called Bikes and Boobs. Hell yeah.
Bikes and Boobs.
It's a pretty good name, I think.
Nice. Yeah.
Two good
Wh-
things.
What's
you
the
know?
date again?
October 14th.
October 14th. At what time?
That's a good question. I think it's at 5 in the afternoon. I think 5 p.m. I think
5 p.m.
it's an early one, yeah, because it's like
Yeah.
a benefit. It's an early one. And then I have a bunch of solo shows I'm playing at the end of September in Wisconsin and one in Illinois.
Oh yeah. Like, how many out of state gigs have you guys done?
I haven't done any out of
yourselves?
state currently.
No.
Yeah, only in
So these are going to be
Michigan.
your first out of state
Yeah, out of
gigs.
state gigs. Yep. I'm trying to branch out a little more.
I think I've done 3.
Out of
3?
state gigs.
2 in Indianapolis and 1 in Ohio, like Toledo.
Nice.
Ohio. Oh, Toledo.
Mm-hmm.
God, what did you think of Toledo?
Yeah,
Ugh,
it's Ohio, man. You know.
dude. I was like, what a crap town. Where was your gig at?
I don't
Frankie's.
remember. Maybe. I don't think it was. No, I don't think it was at Frankie's.
Oh, that's where we played. But it was on a Sunday night. Sunday nights are the worst.
Yeah.
Bad gig nights. Yeah.
Bad gig nights. Do you still take it?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Show's a show. Like I'll still play it. It sucks. It's not ideal, but I'm gonna be on stage. You know.
Right.
Show's a show.
A show's a show. A couple
Yeah.
people, especially like what about full band still? Sundays taking them?
It really depends on the location and what's it,
Yeah.
you know what it's
More
for.
entails with it when it's a full band.
Yeah.
Well,
I
then
mean,
it's
like
just
one of my
yourself.
out of state gigs, the one in Illinois. That's a Sunday gig.
Right.
I
Like if you
believe.
just gotta show up with your guitar and like get on stage, yeah, that's one thing. But
Well,
just
I'm
bring
playing
the
with a
whole
drummer.
band.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so it's kind of like I my
Wait a
first
minute.
band again was with so our stage drive drummer, he's drumming for my solo stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're doing like little I think we have 1, 2, 3 shows. Yeah.
Hand drumming, like
No.
hand drums. Oh, full drums.
Yeah,
For the solo
Full drum.
stuff.
Simple
Okay.
stuff, but yeah.
Okay. So like a 2-piece you feel?
Yeah. Kind of like the White Stripes.
Ah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But acoustic.
Acoustic.
But the acoustic.
Yes.
Well, I mean, this was really fun. I think
Hell yeah.
I mean, what time is 7:00? Okay, that's good.
2.5 hour drive home, buddy.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you guys out of here. I mean, we ran into traffic and construction.
Dude,
pure
Michigan, fucking
Michigan,
construction, bro.
pure construction, pure bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. I'm on the same page.
But this is fun. I mean, maybe you guys should. How many? You guys should work on getting some gigs here. I can probably give you some
Hell yeah.
contacts to get gigs over here. But
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
definitely
Trying to
check
branch
out
out.
Stage Dive.
Drive.
Okay,
Dive.
well, you
Knew he was
confused
gonna
me.
get it wrong, man.
No, I said drive. That's why I said drive in the beginning. But then you said like I like the stage dive, and I was like, "Fuck, was I saying it wrong?"
no. No,
Man,
that's
I
just
feel
where
like
it
a
came
dick.
from.
No,
No.
I swear to God, it was stage drive.
Yeah, our new single, "Thank You for Loving Me," just came out. It's on
Yes.
everywhere. Spotify,
Everywhere,
Apple Music.
Spotify.
Woo.
Apple Music.
Yeah.
Boom. Sound good? Awesome. Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks for having us.